Good day. Welcome back to part two. Congratulations for making it and for honoring that commitment that you made to yourself to transform your mindset into becoming a 6 and 7 figure coach. This part is going to be amazing, this section. So we're going to give away this free training that other coaches charge thousands of dollars for. We're giving it away to you for free, so enjoy. If you haven't started at the beginning of the series, just make sure you click the playlist link in the description and start from the beginning to get full value from this. Everybody wants their dream life, but literally no one gets it. Have you noticed that? So many people have goals. How rare is it to find someone that actually gets them? Ever wondered why this is? Wanting it is not enough. It all comes down to needing it, must have it, hunger. It comes down to how we show up in life, which we went over in part one. So the value of the decisions that you make. So how do you become a high value decision maker? The standards, which is what it really comes down to, is like the standards that you set and accept from yourself and others literally set the tone for the value of your decisions. Making decisions is literally the hardest part of running a business for me. It's not enough just to take action. I tried that, it doesn't work. Make sure that you're asking for feedback either from us on the channel or from somebody, but get feedback on the action that you're taking, from your mentor, which I highly recommend you have some kind of person that has created success. The less feedback you ask for, the less you will grow, period. This is so true because before you came to this, training and started doing this, you were doing things a certain way and then you got a certain result from doing that. But when you receive and take action on what I give you in this free training, the stimulus changes in your business and only then can the results change. So this is the key fundamental in turning shelf development into wealth development and acquisition. Now, what else do you need to know to become a high value decision maker? Someone that makes high value decisions. The first concept, which I touched upon in the previous training video, is the concept of input and output. To become a really high value decision maker, you've got to understand this concept. You only get out what you put in. We've all heard that. The decisions we make literally work on one of two poles. Either they increase energy or they decrease energy. The key is that all outputs you make in your decisions should create asymmetrically high inputs in return. Our decisions can only go so far into the negative until our life force runs out. But they can take us infinitely higher into the other direction because numbers travel upward as far as the mind can create new numbers. We all know that. It's really simple. Like, say you make a decision that requires one output of energy to make. The input you get back, if it's 2 inputs back, people classify that as a good wicket. Oh, I got more back. But it's more important as a 7-figure business owner, you need to ask, well, how much did I get back? It's not enough to get enough. You want to get the most. What if you could get 10, 100,000, million units of energy back from 1 unit out? Did you know that's the difference between a $30 employee and a CEO that makes 100 million a year? It's how much energy they're getting back from what they put out. So what would be the compounded effect of that? What would that do for you in your business, your confidence, your life? So the example is, let's say you take drugs, it requires 1 output of energy, and let's say that inputs 1 unit of energy back because it brings back less. That means it decreases your energy. Let's say that you go to sleep for 4 hours a night. Let's say you just sleep for 4 hours a night. The choice of sleeping for 4 hours a night is outputting it's an output of 1 energy, and then you take -4 units back in the next day, and then you're in the negative. So it decreases your energy and your life force, and you show up with less than the day before. So let's use another example. You charge $1,000 for your coaching program, and you receive 1,000 units of energy, let's say. You put in everything to that client. You answer the phone whenever they need. You accept a low deposit, which you should never do, but some people do in the long payment plan. You deliver extra sessions, more than you factored in. You pull all the strings. Time would come when you will notice that the initial energy you got in, that had been inputted to you in the form of money, was much less than the energy you have now put out. you're running into the negative, you're getting out less than you've put in. So making sure that you're in charge of the amount that you're charging to your clients, and that amount motivates you to constantly be multiplying the amount of output you put. You should be constantly motivated to put more into your business, to create asymmetrical levels of input into you in the form of money. That's how it works. So the next topic is order of consequence. Everything, every decision you make in your business has a consequence, and every consequence has a resulting consequence. Just like when you drop a pebble in the pond, the pebble is what we call the first order of consequence. What happens as a consequence of the action I make of dropping the pebble? Then the ripples that come out afterwards are the resulting second, third, fourth order of consequences. Now, most people find decision making so difficult and paralyzing because what they do, it's what we've been conditioned to do, is they think about only the first order of consequence of the decision, and they lock onto a negative effect, a negative second order. So the horizon for each decision in your business needs to include second, third, fourth order of consequence. I'll use an example. Let's say you make $10,000 in a month in your coaching business and have made the decision to keep 80% of the profits to yourself. The first order of consequence of keeping 80% of profits is you get to keep $8,000. That sounds amazing, right? The second order of consequence of that decision is that money will now not be invested in your business. It's invested in other things, which means it's an energy leak in your business. The third order of consequence is that over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you've lost thousands, tens of thousands, even millions of dollars possibly, by not reinvesting that in your business from the get-go and growing and scaling that business. So if we reverse that process, let's say you make 10K in a month in your business, and then you decide to invest that $5,000 back into your business, and you hire 6 virtual assistants, and they set up 60 sales calls or appointments per week for you. The extra sales you create from that will change your income over the long term. So the first order of consequence is that you've lost $5,000. The second order of consequence is that you've now made possibly up to $30,000 next month. The third order of consequence is that you've made $400K per month, 6 or 12 months later, because of the jump of income that creates of $5K every month invested. What most people do in a coaching business is they earn some money and they spend it on a Mercedes-Benz. They spend it on going out and getting drunk or expensive dinners. And so make it a standard of excellence to always feed the golden goose. Always give back to your business, because your business is giving to you. Just like any relationship, if you don't give back to it, it will stop giving to you. So make decisions that support your business towards reaching the goals you want to achieve, and it will be impossible to not achieve them. Now, to wrap up this session, these principles are the foundation for you creating your dream life. We all have the same 24 hours in each day, yet there are some people who are making minimum wage and others who are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. And it all comes down to decision making. So if you want to fast track your success, feel free to book in with my team in the description below to run you through a 15-minute 6-figure action plan on getting results from this training. See you in part 3, where I go over how to make it unreasonable to not reach your goals. The playlist link is below. See you then.